What's up? It's Marco, Sage of Soccer, and today we're going to be talking about MLS prospects, as we had a couple of good performances this week, a couple of MLS Team of the Week players, and something about this season is that the prospects that have been showing out have been largely unexpected. I mean, you have some exceptions, but a lot of guys who we really weren't expecting to have these great seasons, and they're looking really strong. And the first of those guys I want to talk about is Jasson from New York City FC, and he has been looking very good at right back. Tavon Gray went down from an injury, and Andreas has stepped in and he's looked very good. He's been showing out offensively. He's a former winger, so you'd expect that to do well there, but he's translated very well to right back, because attacking from right back and attacking from winger are two very different things, but he's looking very good. And even when Gray returns, I believe he'll still be starting, and if he can get that defensive side of his game like really locked down, he's going to be a great player, because that offensive ability isn't something that comes easily, and right back's definitely a good position. And while he doesn't come next on the list, let's talk about Nathan Harriel, because he's almost the opposite, because great defensive performances, and he made MLS Team of the Week, and defensive ability is obvious. Great defensive awareness, tackling ability, and has the athleticism. Offense is really the only question for Nathan Harriel, because not the most natural there, but in the Philadelphia system, he's going to get a lot of chances to attack. And because of that, you could see him really developing, and if he does, he's somebody to watch out for, because he could have tools that needed to succeed at a high level. And I really wasn't expecting Harriel to be the breakout player for the Philadelphia Union, but looks like he's been doing really well. Two other guys made appearances, Paxten Aaronson and Quinn Sullivan, and it was only cameos, but they showed their talent. Both of them made some pretty good goal-scoring chances, and Paxten has just a great ability on the ball, can turn and create. Quinn Sullivan as well, very good player. Philadelphia Union, they are pretty stacked in the midfield, so I don't really expect either of them to take any of them out of the starting lineup anytime soon. However, Philadelphia Union don't really have many strikers, and last season they went to a Christmas tree formation with 5 center midfielders, which sounds very weird, ended up working out for them pretty well. So should they do that again, I could see Paxten Aaronson or Quinn Sullivan, maybe Jack McGlynn getting a chance in the starting lineup. But aside from that, it's going to be tough for them to break through, because Philadelphia Union, they're looking pretty good this year, but you can definitely see the talent with those players. Next guy I want to talk about is Obed Vargas, who had another decent performance. Like, nothing special to this game, but I'll continue to say he's a 16-year-old that doesn't look out of place in the MLS. However, I want to add the caveat this time that when judging his ceiling, we need to start seeing some good performances. Because, just being a good MLS player, it's impressive, especially at his age, but so far that's it. And there really hasn't been anything special about his game so far. So I really want to see some high-level performances from him and have him prove that he can be this amazing prospect that he definitely can be. But I want to see a little bit more, because I'll say it again, people I know or people I follow who are following the youth national teams, they really weren't expecting him to be the breakout star for Seattle. So, I don't know, I'm just going to say that. It's obviously really impressive what Vargas is doing, but I want to see a great performance out of him. Next guy to talk about is Gabriel Slonina out of Chicago, and interesting game this week. He kept another clean sheet and made MLS Team of the Week and made some great saves. However, his distribution was poor, not good at all, and it got to the point where Slonina tweeted out that he thought he had played poorly. Now, I don't really agree with that. He made the MLS Team of the Week and had made some really nice saves, but his distribution was so bad that towards the end of the game, he wasn't even taking the goal kicks. I think he picked up an injury. He wasn't training the day after, or their next training sessions after the game, he wasn't training. So Slonina might have an injury. I haven't seen any updates on it since, but something to look out for. But even if he isn't available, Chris Brady's still a very good player, so keep watching Chicago. But Slonina, even though not the best distribution, we know that that's part of his game, and keeping 3 straight clean sheets in the MLS at 17, that's insane. He's going to be a great player. Next guy I want to talk about is going to Atlanta, and George Campbell has been really impressing. So George Campbell, he has a great passing range on him, and he's got the athleticism needed to be a great center back. He has all the tools needed to be an amazing player. However, he still has some mistakes in him. He's still a bit inconsistent, and I think what I'd compare him to is Mark McKenzie at the moment. Because Mark McKenzie, like, we don't really like when he gets called into the national team because he's not playing at all. But there's a reason that Berhalter rates him. He's very good on the ball, and the athleticism that he has is insane. Like, on paper, he should be a great player, but it's just when he gets onto the field, mistakes happen. And I feel like that's where George Campbell's at right now. He needs to clean up those mistakes, keep getting consistent playing time, and when he moves on, he's going to have to really show out because, man, the potential is there, but just got to, throw it all together. And next guy, we're going to Charlotte, and Ben Bender. He's been really impressing. He earned the start this week, his first start for Charlotte, and he had another game where he looked really dangerous. He's probably their best offensive player by far, which isn't saying much, but it is saying something, He picked up the assist for Charlotte's first ever goal on a corner kick, and he's been looking really good. I think that Ben Bender, I want to see him in Camp Cupcake, which that's a weird thing to say, but I want to see him get a chance with the national team, have him get a look in, preferably under a new coach by then, but it's impressive what he's doing. It's still tough to see where his ceiling is. I'm not sure how high that is, but he's looking good. He's looking everything like a number one pick should be, and really impressive with him so far. Also for Charlotte, Armour got himself a goal. The first goal in Charlotte's history. He came out as a sub, but he has some potential. I could see him becoming a good player. Hopefully he learns under Chris Fuchs, I always thought he was a bit overrated at Leicester, but he's still a Premier League level player, international, so definitely somebody you can learn from. And lastly, just wanted to run through a couple debuts from this week. Not going over every player, as not everybody was really impressive, and there's no real point on going this 18-year-old had a bad game. Yeah, whatever, it happens. But some debuts I want to talk about. Kayden Pierre, he got some time for Sporting Kansas City. He's looking pretty promising, and Graham Zusi, he's getting older. I'm hoping that Kayden Pierre can come in and take his spot. Next at Colorado, Darren Yapi made his debut, another promising player, but very little time, not too much to say. And last debut I want to talk about is Niko Tsakiris. I hope I said that right. He made his debut at 15 for San Jose, which is obviously impressive, but not too much to say about his game. Did I say 15? No, he was 16. God, sorry about that. He's a 2005. That's why I was thinking, had the 15 in my head. But yeah, a couple of really nice performances, and man, I've been really impressed by Jasson. He's come in and performed really well. Ben Bender, he's looked very good. I feel a little bit justified in keeping up with the college game as the North Carolina, Maryland guys are coming in and showing out. So yeah, that's something that I feel vindicated for that. But man, some really impressive performances. Slonina, I'm hoping he stays healthy because he's looking good. And yeah, there's not much more to talk about this week. A couple of really good players, a couple of promising guys, and yeah, that's all I'll talk about. See ya.